hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or just entertainment through ASMR. Hi, I'm very excited to be here with you today. I was whispering that intro, but maybe I want to softly speak. Who knows? Okay, so I have a really good test for us today. It is really, really fun. It's different than everything we've ever done because I'm going to be showing you a picture on screen, okay? Now, let's preface this. I'm just going to jump right in, so no long intros, but I have to introduce this. So basically, I found this test on TikTok. Someone named Swiping Maniac, I believe, posted this based on my screenshots. I don't know, it just popped up on my page and it was so good, so I screenshotted it and then I had my family do it. And it was so accurate for pretty much everyone except my sister. It was not accurate for her. Very accurate for my husband. Very accurate, I would say. So it's kind of interesting. But how it works is there's going to be a picture I'm going to flash on screen, not on my phone. I'm going to actually just flash it here so you'll see it. And you're going to be seeing 8 faces, okay? And this is an 80-year-old psychology test. And essentially, when you choose the scariest of these 8 portraits, it can reveal your hidden personality trait. So essentially, I want you to really focus on these 8 portraits. Which one would scare you the most? Okay, so who don't you want to be in an elevator alone with or walking into an alley with? So which one do you find the scariest? Now I cheated. Of course, you know me, I'm so indecisive. Because one immediately caught my attention. But then when I looked at it, I was like, forget about the one that immediately caught my attention. Which one is actually the scariest? And then when I pinned that down, I found that answer to be mine. I'm just going to look at it again. Yeah, I immediately remember which one it was because I think I did this like a month ago with my family. And I just thought this would be so good for Halloween because it is spooky. And you love personality tests, so do I, because we love to analyze each other. I'm going to flash the picture right here. You'll be seeing it. Now really focus on all of the faces. So for this one, try to be instinctual, but do take your time. So analyze all the faces and really focus on the one face that is the scariest for you. So which number, 1 to 8, which face to you, for whatever reason, is the scariest to you, spooks you out, gives you the creeps, you know? So there you go. So pick a face, okay? Okay, so do you have your face? Now that you found your scary number, keep that number in mind. So these are all pictures of patients of Sondi, S-Z-O-N-D-I, all of which whom suffered different conditions. Sondi believed that who you pick will tell something about your personality. But not just anything about your personality, the part of you that you suppress or at least deny about yourself. Maybe you push these feelings and desires down into your subconscious mind, or maybe something you refuse to accept about yourself and act in opposition towards them. So it's interesting, so bear that in mind. And of course, a disclaimer, it's important to note that whatever results you do come up with does not mean you have a mental condition. It's just that you potentially have something deep within you that you compensate for. Most people find the results rather accurate, though take them with a grain of salt, because as I said, though they were very accurate for my family, it was completely wrong for my sister, okay? Because I know her and I can agree. So, here's the format. They give you the number with the condition name. So I'll be reading you number 1, the condition name, and then the repression. So the repression stands for what it is that you're hiding, and then denies it by the actions, and then sublimation, what you show, etc. So don't worry, it's all going to be very clear. We're going to go through the numbers 1 through 8 right now. So if you chose number 1, Number 1 is the sadist. So, you are most likely dominated by a lot of authoritarian figures, such as parents or teachers. So, you repress the feeling to dominate others. As you've been through your formative years, you are passive and rather friendly and love to make people happy. That being said, you react defensively in a passive-aggressive manner when you feel someone is trying to dominate you. This is your way of indirectly punishing them. But deep inside, you love to see the suffering of other people, physically or emotionally, though consciously you do your best to ignore these thoughts whenever they surface. Now, I wouldn't say any of you, because you're all so kind, I wouldn't say if you picked this one, any of you would really want to see anyone physically or emotionally suffering. But I would say that perhaps because I know someone in my life who picked this, not gonna out who it was. And I think that this has to do with their mischievous nature, because sometimes they're like a little bit of a pot stirrer. They like to stir the pot and get a little mischievous. So I would say that is the way. I wouldn't say it's anything like really like deeply disturbing. I think maybe you could be just a pot stirrer. Who knows, right? Just to be a little more positive. So the repression is the desire to dominate others. So what it is you're hiding is the repression, the desire to dominate others. You deny it by developing a peaceful and harmless personality, always helping others. The sublimation is this creates barriers when they don't want to do something, and that's you. So such as getting to work late, when acting defensively acts passive-aggressively, if that makes sense. So the sublimation, it's basically what you show ever so slightly in your life regarding the repression. So your repression was the desire to dominate others. Your sublimation was creates barriers when they don't want to do something, such as getting to work late. When acting defensively acts passive-aggressively. So that is number 1, the sadist. So as I said, all of these pictures are essentially patients that suffered from different conditions. So number 1 is the sadist. Number 2, and I will admit before this wasn't the one I ultimately chose, but number 2 just immediately caught my eye. I think because out of all the pictures, this one was the most striking. Like it was almost one of the brighter ones. I don't know, it just caught my attention right away. It's kind of similar to the one that I ended up choosing, like looks-wise, you'll see after, but yeah, so this one caught my eye immediately. So I read a little bit about this personality trait too. So number 2 is the epileptic. So you react to emotions rather intensely, good or bad. Since you were taught as a child that doing certain things weren't okay, you refuse to let negative emotions such as anger, impulsiveness, or irritability manifest. As such, you probably wear a strong emotional mask and are good at hiding the negative feelings from others when they bubble up under the surface. You compensate by acting meek and friendly, and people probably see you as peaceful and reliable. Although under pressure, you can explode with these negative feelings, and most people are surprised, as you never seem the person to be so negative. So the repression is, and remember, the repression is what you're hiding. So the repression is feelings of anger, irritability, and aggression. Denies it by becoming a meek and friendly person and giving off the impression of responsibility. And the sublimation is rare outbursts when stressed or provoked. So the sublimation is in regards to your repression. So rare outbursts when stressed or provoked. So although this wasn't the one I ultimately chose, I did relate a little bit to that one. I do think maybe the one I chose was ultimately a little bit more like me, and I think my husband confirmed it. He's like, no, I think you're actually more like the one I ended up choosing in the end. So interesting. So that was number 2, and that was the epileptic. Next, Number three. Number three is the catatonic. And this says you're most likely an intelligent person with an overactive mind. Not so bad, right? Well, here's the trade-off. In an attempt to stay in reality and fight your overactive brain, you've most likely become dutiful, inhibited, and rule-driven. You're unaware of the physical and emotional needs of yourself and others, and often feel disconnected and lost. The repression, so if we remember, the repression is essentially what you're hiding. So the repression is mental hyperactivity / overactive imagination. Denies it by adopting stereotypical behaviors. The sublimation, so this is in regards to your repression is often acts defensively and likes to follow their own set of determined rules. So are you number three, the catatonic? Next, number four. The first woman so far out of the three, so number four is the schizophrenic. So if you've chosen this woman, then you're most likely repressing apathy for others. Probably struggle in connecting with others, and relating to others is a challenge for you. Maybe even relating to yourself. Your relationships probably lack depth. To compensate, you're sociable, love to spend time with friends and family. In a sense, this is a way to mask your sense of loneliness and isolation. The repression now, so the repression is what you're hiding. So the repression is feelings of apathy towards others. Denies it by being a very sociable person with a large circle of friends. Do you know anyone like this? Sublimation does not talk about feelings of isolation or their lack of true affection for others. So this is interesting, and this is number four, the schizophrenic. Next we have number five. Number five is the hysteric. And I'll do a little spoiler, but I ultimately ended up choosing number five. But if you remember the pictures, number five was very similar to number two in the sense that they're both like looking like deadpan at your face. But number five just creeped me out way more. So this is the hysteric. You're probably repressing attention-seeking tendencies. You were told as a child to not show off by adults or peers. As such, you're probably a modest and sincere person. Deep down, you love to be the center of attention and charming others. Though you're rarely the center of attention, when you are, you're ecstatic. You're likely someone who pays attention to detail, as evidence of the amount of effort you put into your appearance. This could be your subconscious self showing off as your conscious self continues to act modestly. Now the repression, so what we're essentially hiding, is desire for attention and admiration. Denies it by acting modestly / staying out of the spotlight. The sublimation, so this is in regards to the repression, the sublimation is chooses rare or extravagant jobs and hobbies. ASMR, anyone? Usually tries to remain elegant and well-dressed so that they still draw attention. And that's funny because I have a commenter, you know who you are, and you always comment that I always dress very nicely, which is super nice, but it's true. Yeah, I will say that when I'm feeling very bad about myself, and there's been even periods of my life where I felt pretty bad about my appearance, I just won't go out in public. Which is ridiculous, but I mean, I do take my appearance seriously. I'm a really harsh critic on myself, not of others, but of myself. So yeah, I did find that I related to this. I don't know how much I crave to be the center of attention because as a little bit of an introvert, like not really, but I guess when I'm with a comfortable circle and I'm feeling more extroverted, it is nice. So that was number 5, the hysteric. Next, number 6. Number 6 is the depressive. And I'll just let you know that my husband actually chose this one, and it's so true. And not to say that he's depressed at all, but when I read you this, you'll probably relate. But it says, on the surface, you're happy and bubbly, like you don't have a care in the world. Well, that's the side you show to the world, at least. Deep within, you're most likely dealing with feelings of self-worthlessness and even self-loathing and guilt. You probably take your mind off this by focusing on work and other people. Low self-esteem is also associated with this choice. Picking this picture doesn't mean you're a depressed person, but that you have a predisposition to negative emotions. Repression. This is what you're hiding. Feelings of worthlessness/inadequacy. Denies it by developing a happy and bubbly exterior and personality, focusing on work and friends. Sublimation, so this is in regards to your repression, is assumes the role of everyone's psychologist, searching for solutions to other people's problems. So I don't think my husband would have minded me sharing that with you because it's just a test after all, but this is something that I always work on with him because I want him to always feel like he's good enough and he doesn't have these feelings of worthlessness because he's such an amazing person. And I just feel like that was probably like instilled in him like from childhood. So I'm constantly trying to, really reassure him that he's like an incredible person because he really is. And I hate the fact that someone would feel like inadequate or worthless in any way. So hopefully if you have this personality type, maybe you can share this with like a close family member or partner, and hopefully they'll try to reassure you that, you have nothing to feel guilty or self-loathing about. But I think these are issues stemming from childhood in a lot of the cases. So it's quite interesting. Anyways, that's a little off topic, but next, number 7, personality type number 7 is the maniac. I don't know why these names just make me laugh. They're so blunt. But anyway, so if you chose number 7, you are most likely logical, mature, and balanced. You don't favor chaos or excessive displays of emotion. You're likely annoyed when people are loud or when they hold too strong of a belief. Because inside, you're repressing hyperactive tendencies that would make you lose control. Deep within, you're probably quite impulsive and with extreme energy hurdles. This is probably because your parents or teachers tried to make you calm down as a child. The repression, so this is what you're hiding, is impulsiveness and high energy levels. Denies it by being logical, reasonable, and collected, and developing a hatred of excesses. And the sublimation, so in regards to the repression, is that avoids places of temptation, such as casinos. I just found these so interesting. So if you chose number 7, that is the maniac. And lastly, number 8. Were you number 8? If you were and you sat through the whole video listening, that's super sweet of you. Let's see. So number 8 is dissociative identity disorder. So, as a child, you've probably been bullied, defamed, or traumatized by a parent, teacher, or other family member. This trauma has made you subconsciously question yourself as a sexual partner. Now you probably push your own gender role, such as being macho as a man or pushing your femininity as a woman. You probably put down others of your own sex for not acting manly or womanly enough. So the repression is And this is essentially what you're hiding. Thoughts of being an undesirable partner. Denies it by emphasizing gender roles, acting very macho or very feminine. Sublimation, so in regards to the repression, sacrifices individuality and real interests to conform to expected male or female stereotypes. Interesting. I find number 8 to be very fascinating, and also they're all sad, but that just made me a little bit sad to read through. I read through quite a few of these because a lot of family members had different ones, but I don't think I read number 8, so that kind of made me a little sad. But they're all quite sad, and they're all quite interesting, and they all come with a lot of deep things that maybe we pushed them down and we didn't even realize them about ourselves. Like mine, for example, I can say it's like me, but a lot of it I'm like, is this like me? But when I think about it, maybe it is, right? So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. As I said, my sister's was completely wrong, but mine was accurate. My husband's was accurate, and other family members were pretty accurate. So yeah, this is essentially an 80-year-old test, and it's all based on these disorders, and I just thought it would be perfect for this spooky time of year because it does give me like a little bit of a spooky vibe. I mean, clearly everyone in these pictures is dead, which is really creepy. And I kind of feel bad for like picking the picture and then saying like, okay, who's the scariest? Because like these poor people have all suffered in their own ways. But yeah, I found this pretty fascinating, and it's interesting how psychology works. So essentially in picking the scariest one, you sort of have picked maybe something within yourself that you fear. So it's just very interesting. So please let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And maybe I'll try to find more tests like this. It was just a complete fluke that I found this, and I was like, I can't wait to share it with my friends here on my channel. I know that you guys will like this test. So let me know if you did like it. And yeah, I do hope to see you again in the next video. Yeah, with Halloween fast approaching, it's about 2 weeks away, if that. So, ooh, spooky season. And do share your numbers, please, if you can. Yeah, as I said, you know me. I was number 5. No shame, nothing to hide there. You all know me so well. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here. And if you did pick a number and it wasn't accurate, even still, let us know what you picked. Perhaps you were, like me, drawn to 2 of them, and so you essentially have 2 picks, but just let me know how you did on this test. I'm always so curious. So until I see you next time, I wish you well. I hope that you are safe and healthy and happy and stress-free, relaxed, Yeah, if you're watching this video home comfortably, you're luckier than most people, so just don't take that for granted. And if something in this test disturbed you, I'm so sorry. Just take this with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, it's just for fun. Nobody knows you like you know yourself, so hopefully you're a good person and you believe you're a good person and you do good and kind deeds to others. And yeah, that's all we can hope for in life. But thank you so much. And before I continue to blab, I sort of get verbal diarrhea after these tests, but yeah, I will see you again next time. If you're going to bed, sweet, 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 sweet dreams. Bye-bye, and thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you, as I hope you all already know. And if you are new here, please as the competitor. If you chose the 8th face, your shadow trait reveals someone that always needs to win and must be the best. You take life extremely serious and you struggle with losing or being second best. You hate to feel undermined and you're willing to do almost anything to win. This may lead to aggressive behavior, burnout, and strained relationships. This may also cause others to avoid you due to fear and intimidation. Did you choose number 8, the competitor, and was it accurate for you? Finally, we have face number 9, the martyr. So if you chose number 9, the martyr, you chose what I chose. Let's read. If you chose the 9th face, your shadow traits reveal someone that has a big heart but to a fault. You always sacrifice for others and putting your own needs last. Sometimes you might even feel taken advantage of, resentful and unappreciated, but you keep these feelings to yourself. This may lead to codependent relationships and lack of personal boundaries. Did you choose face number 9, the martyr, like me, and was this accurate? I have to say, in the end, I don't know if this was accurate or not. I suppose there's like little traits in each one that can represent the worst of ourselves. So, yeah, I think I can. It's not that I sacrifice for others, but I think I can, I have difficulty asking for help. Like, even being pregnant, I don't want to ask my husband for help with things. I'd rather just do it myself. And that can lead to some resentment sometimes, because then you feel like maybe you're not being taken care of enough because you're not expressing your own needs and desires. So yeah, I did find this accurate, but maybe not as accurate as some previous TikTok tests we've done. TikTok tests, psychological tests, I should just say. But this is the hidden aspect of our psyche, so that's interesting. So I guess the most prominent hidden aspect is that I can be a martyr. I don't know, I don't fully know, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Hello. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am LullingLisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or just entertainment through ASMR. Today's going to be more probably in the entertainment realm because we have done these tests before. I think you like them. I found another one that is very similar in style as to what we've had before, but with different pictures and therefore different meanings and results. So this is another perception test, so essentially a psychological test that is reading you based on the image you choose. So today I'm going to do what we've done before, and that is I'm going to flash a series of images, well, one image, but it has 6 images to choose from, and you're going to pick the one that you feel the most drawn to. So just don't overthink it, but maybe pick the one that your eye naturally gravitates to, but of course take a look at them all. And then based on that, we're going to read you and I, because I'm doing it too. So, ready? I'm going to flash the image on screen now. And I'll give you a few seconds to take a look at these. And just pick the image that you're most drawn to, okay? And then from there, we will go on. Okay. I think enough time has passed, and now we can get into the meaning. So, we're just starting basically going in a row, and the first image would have been the cat on the moon. I actually chose this one, so I'm excited to read about it. So, if you chose the first image, the cat sitting on the moon, like me, this says, I think people would perceive you as someone that is mysterious, has an amazing intuition, is really kind until someone tries you, creative, feels things deeply, has high hopes for the future but also a lot of fear, hates superficial people, gives off big sister energy or big brother person energy, great at setting boundaries, someone with a mystical type of confidence, meaning theirs is something unconventional about you, but it's extremely enticing and very beautiful. And then it goes on to show your season, your color, and your smell. So the season is winter. The color is dark purple. And the smell is pine trees. Wow. I would say that is very accurate about me, and that describes me to the T. I have really good intuition. I'm very kind until you mess with me, and then I can be really bad. I do have high hopes for the future, but also a lot of fears. I think I do give off big sister energy because some of you have told me that. Yeah, I am good at setting boundaries, but that is so interesting. Okay. Did you pick this, the cat on the moon, and was it accurate for you? Let me know. Next. This next is like the orange frog. So, if you chose this, it says, I think people would perceive you as someone that is unafraid to be themselves, loves to make others laugh even at their own expense, tries not to take life too serious, super chill and understanding, socially awkward until you are comfortable around them, and then you turn into a crazy person, kind of hard on yourself, uses humor to cover up your true feelings. And then it says your season is spring. The next image would be the sun face, it looks like to me. If you chose this, it says, I feel like people would perceive you to be someone that has an intense energy. You're standoffish towards strangers. You are very observant, and you notice most things that others don't. You prefer all or nothing relationships. And you hate small talk and disingenuous people. You are very serious about the people you love. Accountability means everything to you in all aspects of life. You love hard or not at all, and you're someone with a lot of depth. Season is fall. Color is maroon. Smell is rose. Did you choose this sun face, and was it accurate for you? I like how these do the seasons, the color, and the smell different than before when there was like quotes. It's nice. This next image is like a fish with a woman in its mouth. And if you chose this, it says, I feel like people would perceive you to be someone that has a lot of emotional depth. You appear to be closed off, but you're an open book, just waiting for someone to ask how you're feeling. You have a lot of love to share, but you have fears that no one could love and understand you in the same way that you could for them. You give off girl next door, guy next door, person next door energy. People see you as someone in the process of changing huge parts of yourself, whether this be physically or mentally. The season is spring. The color is teal, and the smell is ocean breeze. Next we have a picture of a lady with a red background. She looks a little maybe Victorian in nature. If you chose this image, it says, I feel like people perceive you to be someone that is very beautiful. You may spend a lot of time making sure you look nice. You love fashion and making sure you're putting effort in your appearance. Some people may perceive you as superficial and vain. You're actually very kind and understanding, and you hate when people make assumptions about you. Based on how you look, you are a loyal person, and you will do anything for your close friends and family. Season is summer. Color is light pink, and smell is watermelon. Did you pick that, and was it accurate? Next, we have an image of, it almost looks like a green turnip with like a face on it. If you were drawn to this image, it says, I feel like people perceive you to be someone they can talk to no matter what. You are someone that doesn't judge people too harshly, and you're always willing to hear both sides of the story. You have this infectious calmness energy. You're someone that doesn't say much, but when you do, you make it count. You know how to read people very well, and you're also very good at controlling your emotions and acting on logic rather than having an emotional outburst. You give off old soul wizard type vibes. The season is fall. The color is dark green, and the smell is patchouli. And that is all. That was the perception test. So, based on what you chose, that is how I suppose you're perceived by people. So it doesn't necessarily make it true, but it's how others perceive you as, which is interesting. I found traits in all of them as usual that could describe me. But I would say that the moon cat one, very accurate for myself. So whichever one you chose, please share and let us know if it was accurate or not for you. I found it so accurate. It was very interesting. So I like these tests, and I will keep doing more if you are enjoying them, of course, provided they don't get repetitive. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. This was a more short and sweet video because they're not that long, these tests, especially when there's only 6 photos to choose from. But they're so interesting, so yes. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're enjoying. And until next time, I will see you soon. But stay safe, stay well, and I hope you're nice and relaxed and comfortable and calm and just at peace wherever you are. And of course, remember, sometimes I forget to say, but these tests, all the psychological tests we do, whether they be Compilation or like the Carl Jung word association test or these ones where they try to paint a picture of how you are, just take it with a grain of salt. They might not always be accurate, but they're always hopefully fun, and they let you sort of imagine things. They get the juices flowing, and they are fun to either relate to or not relate to, right? So either way, you learn something about yourself. So yeah, that is all. But until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Hi. Hello. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am LullingLisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or just entertainment through ASMR. Hello everyone. We are back with another TikTok test. I like the sound of that, but essentially it's just like a psychological test that is not Compilation based. These are like the imagery psychological tests, I guess you could say. And similar in nature to the ones that we've done before of these TikTok tests, where I show you an image. But this one is a little bit more optimistic in nature, I would say, because sometimes they not that they paint a bad picture, but they're a little bit more like serious in like analyzing us, maybe in like our faults and stuff. So I wanted to do a more positive test. And just a little side note, right now I'm very much pregnant. It's kind of interesting to think that by the time you watch some of these videos, because they are pre-filmed, I will have my baby. So sorry. As you watch all these videos, I am just pregnant and like out of breath. And it's just interesting to know that this video is going up after birth, right? So crazy to think, but yeah. Hello everyone in the future. How's it looking? This is Lisa from the past. But yeah, let's get into this because this should be a good one. And I do get excited to do these tests with you all because I don't do them myself. I just find what looks interesting, screenshot it, and then I do them together with you. So it's fun for me too. And this is of course from Ethereal Minds 1 or I think 1. Okay, so this is called What Makes You a Beautiful Person. So, as usual, I'm going to put an image on the screen and you're going to pick the one that you feel the most drawn to. Trust your intuition. Sometimes it's hard because the more I look at it, the more I'm drawn to a few of them, but trust your intuition. So ready? Here's the images. So of these 6, pick the image that you are the most drawn to. Okay. Do you have your image? It should be instinctual. Okay. Now I'm taking the image off the screen. Hello again. And now I'm going to read about what makes you a beautiful person, which is a nice change from finding our faults. This is the beautiful stuff. Okay. Ready? Alright, so starting with the first image and then working our way down. This looks to me like the two faces tied together with a bow. And this says, what makes you beautiful is your remarkable ability to adapt your perspective with empathy and understanding. Like a chameleon changing its colors, you have a unique gift to see the world through the eyes of others, and people are drawn to your ability to connect with them on their terms. Your adaptability allows you to build bridges and develop deep connections, making you a beloved and valued person. Your beauty shines through in the way you embrace diverse perspectives and really go out of your way to make others feel understood, leaving a lasting impact on those around you. This quality also helps you read when people are being disingenuous and manipulative. You are excellent at reading others, and people really find it beautiful. Did you pick this first image, the two faces, and did you find it accurate? Next, we have here what looks to be a type of angel. And this says, what makes you beautiful is your kindness, a radiant quality that touches the hearts of those around you. You possess a unique strength, but you still have compassion and courage. You stand up for yourself with grace and maturity, never compromising your values or dignity. Your caring nature is a warm embrace that puts others at ease, making them feel seen and valued. Your beauty shines in the way you face challenging situations with empathy and assertiveness, inspiring others to do the same. You are a beacon of light with so much kindness, self-respect, and leaving a lasting impact on those fortunate enough to cross your path. People see you as someone with an old soul, and this is indescribably beautiful. Did you pick this, and was it accurate? Next, we have what looks like a sun with almost like a heart-like face. If you chose this image, it says, what makes you beautiful is your unwavering confidence and unshakable belief in yourself. You possess a remarkable ability to stand up for who you are and what you believe in without apology or hesitation. You are a beacon of inspiration, showing the strength and resilience that lies within. You embody a fierce determination that is both empowering and contagious, encouraging others to embrace their own individuality and values. Your beauty shines in the way you unapologetically own your story, your values, and your dreams, refusing to compromise or conform to the expectations of others. You are living a life that is authentic, courageous, and truly your own. Did you choose this, and was it accurate? Next we have like the skull with the crossbones. If you chose this image, it says, what makes you beautiful is your infectious personality. You know how to bring laughter and warmth to those around you. Your sense of humor and playful spirit bring people together, creating a sense of belonging in others. But what truly sets you apart is your intuitive ability to read the room, sensing when to pivot. I can't think about the word pivot without thinking about Friends. Ross. Anyway, sensing when to pivot from humor to empathy, ensuring everyone feels seen and included. You expertly grasp the nuances of human connection, knowing when to amplify the laughter and when to temper it with kindness. Your beauty lies in your capacity to harmonize hearts, with humor as your catalyst and empathy as your guide. You create a world where laughter and love entwine, making every moment with you exciting, but also safe. Did you pick that, and was it accurate? These are all quite nice. Next is the eye with the ring around it, and there's some kind of writing. So, if you chose this image, it says, "What makes you beautiful is the way you have emerged from the struggles of self-doubt and toxic relationships, familial or otherwise. Tempered by the struggles that once threatened to consume you, your journey has transformed you into a strong and compassionate person. Your love is not a shallow attempt to please others, but a deep and unwavering commitment to stand alongside those who need it. You offer a shelter of understanding where the weary and worn can find comfort." That's nice. Your beauty lies in your unshakable resilience and your unwavering commitment to radical love. You are a beacon of strength, showing the path for those who come after you, and a testament to the transformative power of adversity. Your beauty is not just in your strength, but in your capacity to hold space for others, to bear witness to their pain, and to reflect back to them their own worthiness of love and safety. I don't know why I'm tapping, but it's comforting. But yeah, did you choose that one, and was it accurate for you? Finally, we have what looks like a swallow or sparrow of some kind. The little bird. I chose this. So if you chose this too, let's find out if it's accurate for us. This says, "What makes you beautiful is your effortless ability to stay grounded and uncomplicated, refusing to let life's complexities weigh you down. You embodied a carefree spirit, always seeking to extract joy from every moment, making even the most mundane occasions feel like a celebration. Your humility makes you approachable and relatable, a breath of fresh air in a world that often takes itself too seriously." I always say that I hate when people take themselves too seriously. Yet beneath your lighthearted exterior lies a responsible and dependable person who understands the importance of shouldering obligations and meeting commitments. You strike a harmonious balance between living life to the fullest and fulfilling your duties, providing that you don't have to be one or the other. Your beauty lies in your ability to find the sweet spot between responsible adulthood and carefree childhood, between seriousness and playfulness, and between living in the moment and planning for the future. You remind us all that life is too short to be tedious, and that laughter, love, and good times are just as essential as the air we breathe. Did you pick this like me? And was it accurate? So that is the pick a pile test, they call it. So the choosing an image test. And that is what makes you beautiful. Did you enjoy this one? It was very sweet and uplifting. I would agree with the traits that they said about me, but I think I would have agreed with a lot of them because they're all quite nice. And when it it comes down to it, hopefully we all have a little bit of that niceness in all of us. But yeah, I am really enjoying these tests. I find them to be very, I just like the idea of just picking randomly, and it's almost like the serendipitous quality, if it's true or not, you know? Like, just pick a random image and suddenly it reveals something about you. It's very psychologically interesting. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying and having fun. As I said in the beginning of this video, it's pretty crazy just reflecting. Sorry if I talk a lot about childbirth and stuff like that, but as a first time, mom, mother to be, it's a pretty wild ride right now. And as I'm filming this, I'm doing about 3 weeks, but as you're watching this, I'll probably have already given birth, which is wild. But yeah, it's just so interesting to reflect on these kind of things, just wondering things about myself and knowing that I have a little baby coming along and wondering how she's going to be, how her personality is going to be. So yeah, it's just pretty interesting. I love this kind of psychological stuff. It's just really fun. Just tapping my phone off camera here. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. Hope you'll share which image you chose and if it was accurate. And I hope that this test could actually put a smile on your face and just remind you of the positive qualities that you have. So hopefully you did relate to the one that you chose. They're all quite nice, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for being here with me, and thank you for being very patient and understanding with me during my pregnancy and obviously birth and everything, just like adjusting to the different changes in my life and things like that. It's just a very interesting time right now. Lots of changes coming up, but changes, some people are scared of change. My older sister is very scared of change, but sometimes change is welcome, and it's also just like for the better, So yeah, sorry, I'm just being very reflective right now. But if there's anything you'd like to share in the comment section down below, please do so. I love hearing from you all so much. I love when I see, like regular commenters, because your names are familiar and I really do get a sense of who you are from these comments, and you're all so nice. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see